Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. If you like this build, please don't forget to subscribe, like, or comment. And without further ado, let's get started. So, in this one, as I said in my previous build, it kind of spawned from me watching a lot of vampire challenges and Rex to riches and that sort of thing. And I was always wondering, why do we have to start from the ground up? I kind of know the answer right now. I was checking the builds on these lots and my gosh, I do admit I feel like starting from the ground up where your bills are very small might be a better idea instead of living in any sort of build because you get it's so much more. I do admit it's so much more. So what I might do for this specific build, I might go back and change some of the windows to the debug ones just to get the bills a little down. I had to also go back and I forgot that a lot of the stuff I used are the debugs. So the cones and any obstructions might not necessarily work for our sims. And my idea was that I can't really make really bad and dangerous looking stairs, but in my head the stairs are so rickety, so old that any sims that lives in this house will be like, nah, I'd rather not go upstairs quite yet, or I might not survive this. So instead what I decided, I put a bunch of boxes at top of the stairs to kind of obstruct it, to make sims not go upstairs yet, and as we get more money, we'll renovate the downstairs first, and then we're gonna renovate the upstairs. At least that's the idea of the gameplay. But, as I said, whether or not I'll get to play it, that's another story, and we will see about that. I probably should use mods for some of these builds because I probably can find a lot more stuff to put in these houses. And the problem I have with mods is the fact that I already use a ton of mods for games like Skyrim, and for me just to play Skyrim it takes me a couple of days to check if all my mods are working, to kind of fix it up, clean it up, and then I am ready to play. I heard from others that it's a little simpler in Sims, so maybe I should. Right now the time is a factor, and let's face it, the laziness is another. Hopefully one day I'll put my big girl panties and I will get started on that. But for the meantime, I only use the packs and lots of debug stuff. And I gotta admit, for this specific build, I probably started this many times over because I wanted some sort of a mansion castle. Because in my head, it's a vampire challenge, but my vampire doesn't start from scratch. They essentially find an abandoned area, or maybe it's their ancestral home that their family used to have, but it kind of fell into obscurity. I'm not sure yet, but that's the story behind it. So they somehow found themselves here. They're hiding away, and let's see if I will be able to survive 10 generations. That will be a very interesting gameplay. One thing I regret for this build is not taking more screenshots because I think I did a really good job just completely destroying the area. But sadly, the older I get, the motion sickness is a real deal for me. I might just hire hubby to do certain things for me because I don't think I can survive this. But I digress. I did use a lot of terrain tools because I usually like to put my houses on hills and stuff, but I forget. I get so obsessed with the floor plan that I forget about the terrains till the last minute, and then I'm like, oh man, can I now use the terrain tools to fix it? For this one I was able to, for the other ones not so much. So I started this book 3 times over because I kept finding nice blueprints, and then I started and I'm like, it's a nice blueprint, but it doesn't feel right for this specific purpose. So I kept starting over, I kept redoing things, and at last this build seems to work. It's not exactly what it is in the blueprint. I made it a little bit on my own. Like, I added a floor here and there, I added the attic. I don't know if I'm going to make the entrance to the attic because it doesn't seem to. The only entrance probably would be from the bedroom, but who knows, maybe I will, I'll see. But yeah, I really like how it ended up being. Another thing that I wish I did a little better. I kind of wanted this area to be a little more foresty, and I just realized it's not really a lot of trees in this area, so maybe I will put more trees, either debug trees or something, but I definitely want it a little more hidden. I don't know if I'll be able to do it since this build is quite big. Maybe if I decide to remake this again, I'll make it a little smaller so I can hide it among the trees. Right now, it's just smack down in the middle of nowhere, and Yeah, it looks like an eyesore because it's so destroyed. I used a lot of I'm not gonna lie, as much as I think Journey to Batu is a one of the stranger packs, I do like the items in it. A lot of items look destroyed, old, and rusty, so I do use them in my builds to give the builds that absolutely destroyed, neglected appearance. So I used a lot of walls from that. I know I used a lot of fences because the fences have look like planks, so I'm making lots of holes in the walls. As I said, I might change a whole bunch of windows into the debug windows, which will be kind of sad because they're not going to appear on the other side. It's just going to be a wall, unless I can do it both sides. Actually, that's a good idea. I might do that, but it might definitely help with the builds if I try to dumb it down a little bit. I'm already making these lots and upgrade lots and all that because in my mind they're forgotten, so there's no anything out there, and because the previous owners, obviously nobody would pay the bills, so everything got shut off, water, electricity, so nothing's there. This build would probably be very hard to play in winter. I cannot imagine playing this in winter. Oh my gosh, that would be something. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this exactly, but I might try. It's gonna be quite interesting. If I get enough time, I definitely want to play this because it looks quite amazing. Also, this build was so big and I kept changing my mind with certain things like the outdoor area where to put rocks and flowers and stuff. I admit I built a lot of stuff off camera because I kept changing my mind. In the end, I like it. I might add a few bits and bobs here and there just to make it a little more decrepit. And I don't know, if I'm brave enough, I might put it up on my gallery. I do really like this build, and hopefully you guys will too. But please do let me know if you guys like this build, what would you like to see, and like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!